You are lying in bed at 6:12 in the morning and you hear three SUVs pull into your driveway, and you know exactly what they are because you have been waiting for this sound for 6 months. Your wife is asleep 2 feet away. Your son is asleep down the hall. You have approximately 90 seconds before 14 federal agents knock on the door of a house with 11 bedrooms that you paid for with money that does not belong to you. None of it belongs to you. Not the bed you are lying in, not the chandelier above the staircase, not the marble in the kitchen where you make pancakes every Sunday morning for a son who thinks his father is the best man in the world. In 90 seconds, he will begin learning that you are the worst. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Let us go back 26 years. You are 32. You are broke. You are good with numbers. And you genuinely want to help people. That part is true. Everything after is where it gets complicated. Your first job at a financial advisory firm pays $36,000 a year. You wear the same suit to every meeting for 4 months. What you do have is a memory that borders on clinical. You meet someone once and you remember their name, their spouse's name, their dog's name, the thing they said about their daughter's piano recital. In most professions, this is unsettling. In yours, it makes you a magician. Within 4 years, you have 200 clients. You know every one of them. Mr. Garcia drives a bus and saves 11% of every paycheck. 31 years without missing one. Mrs. Henderson is a widow. Her husband died and left her $400,000 and a note that said, "Put this somewhere safe." She put it with you. Mr. Torres brings you homemade empanadas every December and refuses to discuss his portfolio until you have eaten too. You go to their children's graduations. You send birthday cards. You mean it. Remember that. You mean every word. Fall of 1998. The market corrects 7%. For most clients, it is a dip. For 12 of them, it is a different word entirely. Mr. Garcia just retired. Mrs. Henderson has no other income. You sit at your desk and you think about calling her. You think about saying 6 words. Your money lost value. I am sorry. You think about the note her husband wrote. Put this somewhere safe. You cannot say 6 words. Instead, you move $41,000 from a newer client's account to cover the gap. Temporarily. Just until the market rebounds. Nobody loses. Nobody even knows. The total amount you move is $41,000. This is the moment. Not the mansion. Not the billion-dollar number the news will report in 10 years. This, a 37-year-old man at a desk moving $41,000 because he is afraid of one phone call. The entire catastrophe fits inside one act of cowardice. Everything else is just the interest compounding. The market does not rebound on your schedule. 41,000 becomes 63. You cover the cover. 63 becomes 209. You cover the cover of the cover. By 2003, the gap is $14.6 million. You stare at this number for 11 minutes. You know it is 11 minutes because your coffee goes from hot to lukewarm. 5 years ago, you could have confessed and paid a fine. 1 year ago, you could have confessed and maybe survived. Now, confession is federal prison. You close the spreadsheet. You have lunch with Mrs. Henderson at 12:30. You tell her the portfolio is performing beautifully. The number on her statement is the number you invented on Tuesday between a lunch meeting and a phone call to your son's school about a field trip permission slip. By 2008, the gap is $1.2 billion. You have stopped looking at it directly. You know it is there. The way you know the sun is there. Looking at it will blind you. You have 2,300 clients. You remember every name. You remember every name while stealing from every name. Memory without conscience is just inventory. You buy a house with 11 bedrooms because the performance of success generates the trust that generates the new money that covers the old lies. The house is a prop. It is also a home. Your son gets lost looking for the bathroom at age 8 and ends up in a room with furniture still wrapped in plastic. Your family has lived there 3 years. He thinks this is hilarious. You think about the fact that the carpet he is standing on was paid for by a firefighter's pension in New Jersey. You coach his baseball team for 4 seasons, not as cover. Because you love baseball and you love your son and the field is the only place the spreadsheet cannot reach you. You tip 30% everywhere you go. This was never part of the performance. You just believe in tipping well. At a charity dinner, a woman named Margaret tells you that you are the most trustworthy man she has ever met. You thank her. You shake her hand. Her portfolio is fiction. The numbers on her statement were invented on a Tuesday afternoon. She will lose everything. She does not know this. She is introducing you to her daughter. The daughter is getting married next fall. You recommend the salmon. Sunday mornings, you make pancakes. This is not strategy. This is the truest version of yourself that still exists. Your son sits at the kitchen island with his chin in his hands, watching you flip batter the way children watch their fathers when they still believe fathers are invincible. The kitchen smells like butter. The morning light is warm. For 20 minutes, nothing is wrong. Then the 20 minutes end. You go to your office. You close the door. Same hands that held the spatula open the spreadsheet. Same eyes that watched your son smile now scan the numbers. Same man. Different room. You are a person who steals from widows on Monday and makes pancakes on Sunday. You have tried to make those two facts cancel each other out. They will not. There is a night when the math finally stops. Same kitchen, same marble countertop, no pancakes, no sunlight, just you at midnight with your hands flat on the surface and a number that no longer has a solution. A sound behind you, your son in the doorway, 10 years old. Pajamas. He came down for water. He sees you. You see him see you. He goes back upstairs without a word. You stay at the table. That image, you sitting alone, hands flat, eyes empty, will become the only honest thing your son ever has of you. He will never tell anyone about it. It will belong to him. It is the one thing you did not steal. Your son turns 13 and starts noticing. The locked office door, the calls you take in the garage, the voice you use on those calls, not the coaching voice, not the pancake voice, something colder, something precise. He hears you shredding documents at 2 in the morning. He asks once. You say it is nothing. The lie comes out so smoothly you almost believe it yourself. You have been lying professionally for 14 years. Lying to regulators without blinking. Lying to a 13-year-old about paper sounds should be easy. It is. That is the problem. 6:14 a.m. You come downstairs in your bathrobe. 14 agents. Your son is on the staircase gripping the banister. 13 years old. You have rehearsed this moment in your head for 6 months. You chose 3 words. Go to your room. Not, I am sorry. Not, I love you. Not, it started with $41,000 in 1998 because I could not make one phone call. Go to your room. Because these 3 words buy him 3 more minutes before the world tells him what you are. 3 minutes is the last thing you have to give. You give it. An agent puts handcuffs on your wrists. The metal is cold. Your son has not moved from the staircase. Go to your room, you say again. He goes. The click of his bedroom door closing is the last sound of your previous life. By noon, your mugshot is on every screen in America. 11 million people will see your face today. They will call the expression smug, arrogant, remorseless. They are looking at the only face you know how to make. You have been performing so long the performance replaced the original. 47 impact statements. You sit in handcuffs 10 feet from the podium. Mr. Garcia goes first. His hands shake holding the paper. He bags groceries now. He is 68. He takes the bus to get there. A bus driver riding the bus because you stole his pension. Mrs. Patterson saved 40 years for a house by a lake. She will never see that lake. Margaret's daughter testifies. The wedding was canceled. She says my mother told me you were the most trustworthy man she had ever met. The courtroom goes silent. 47 people, 4 hours. You keep your eyes open for everyone because you owe them that. It is the smallest debt you can pay. You remember every name. You always have. The memory that made them trust you is the same memory that now forces you to catalog exactly what you did to each of them. 120 years, you're 58. The math is not complicated. The judge reads the sentence. You stand with your hands clasped. Same posture as your son's baseball games. Your son is in the 3rd row. If you collapse, he watches his father break on national television. So you stand still. One final performance. Not for the judge, not for the cameras. For the 3rd row. 6 feet by 8 feet. You can touch both walls without extending your arms. The shelf holds 5 items. A Bible you do not read. A commissary catalog. A photograph of your son at a baseball game. A letter from your attorney about the appeal you both know will fail. And a 4-sentence letter from your son about a grocery store manager named Phil who calls everyone kid and once called a customer kid, and the customer complained to corporate, and Phil did not care. You have read this letter 11 times. The man in the next cell hums show tunes at 3 in the morning. He does not know he does this. You have never told him. Some mercies are free. You went from a house with rooms you had never entered to a room you can never leave. This is the correct amount of space for a man who took everything from everyone. You are beginning to understand that. Your son comes when you are 67, 9 years in. The khaki hangs loose on a body that has been subtracted from. He is taller than you now, broader. He works at an accounting firm. He uses numbers the way you taught him to. The irony is, a door neither of you opens. You say that is good work. Then you say honest work. The word honest lands on the table between two paper coffee cups from a vending machine and just sits there. Neither of you picks it up. He leaves. You go back to your cell. You take the graduation photograph off the wall. 4 people in a stadium of thousands. His mother, his brother, his aunt, and 1 empty seat. You hold it, then you put it back. This is the range of motion available to you now. You think about this on the bad nights. You were not a monster when you started. You were a man who could not make 1 phone call, 6 words, your money lost value, I am sorry. And because you could not say 6 words, you said 6,000 lies over 14 years, and the lies became a machine, and the machine consumed $1.7 billion and 2,300 families, and your wife, and your son, and yourself. The thing about the pancakes is that they were real. The baseball games were real. The tipping 30% was real. The names were real. You remembered every single one, and you stole from every single one. The man who remembered and the man who stole are not 2 different people. They are one person. They have always been one person. That is the thought that comes at 3 in the morning and doesn't leave. You are the most hated man in America. Your son still visits. Not every month. But he has not stopped. You do not know what that means. You are afraid to ask. Because whatever it is the only thing on your shelf that you did not steal. The graduation photograph has 4 people and 1 empty seat. You are the empty seat. You have always been the empty seat.